no one talked about Ben Bartch after OTAs and minicamp, but the Niners, they're trying to build a 5-man offensive line, and you want continuity. And often the guys who play in the offseason and the guys who start, Daniel Brunskill got hurt a few years ago. Spencer Burford replaced him in the offseason, and the Niners just rolled with him because they didn't want to change. Jake Brendel's hurt now. He has knee tendonitis. He's in his early 30s. That doesn't sound good at all. That sounds like something that could be bothering him the rest of his career or the rest of his life. Who knows? So the Niners have to already plan for life after Jake Brendel. They have John Feliciano, another center who could play the position at a decent level, but he's also old. He's the same age as Brendel, and he didn't participate in OTAs or, minicamp. And I don't know why. And he's not that good. So it really behooved the Niners to have a younger center that they're developing who could step in as soon as now. And it's Ben Bartch. It was Nick Zakelj. It doesn't seem like that's going to work out. He was a later pick. He played left tackle at Fordham, and I don't know. I don't think he even can snap the ball consistently or block NFL defensive linemen. But Ben Bartch was a 4th-round pick, played 4 years for the Jaguars. He started 20 games. He's played at guard, and it seems like he can play center. Chris Forster seems to really like him. He was developed in Jacksonville by George Warhop, who I know. I wrote a story about his wife for Sports Illustrated 10 years ago. So I know their family. He's a really good offensive line coach. He's been in the NFL for a very long time. He's extremely respected. Coached in the NFL since 96. And, he was with the Niners. He helped develop Joe Staley. So if he says, he personally recommended Ben Bartch to Chris Forster. Chris Forster mentioned that to the media. Said, look, if George Warhop recommends him, I believe in him. Had him here since last year. They've been developing him. They developed Jake Brendel over time as a starting center. This guy could be the next one. He's 6'6". He's 315 pounds. He's way bigger than Jake Brendel, who frankly wasn't good in the Super Bowl. It's his job to adjust and reset the protections at the line of scrimmage, and he couldn't do it effectively. Maybe it wasn't his fault. Maybe the Chiefs just presented him looks that he couldn't decipher, or Kyle Shanahan didn't prepare him, but that's a big part of the center's job on this team is setting the protections, and I don't think Brendel does a particularly good job of it. So if he keeps missing time, if Feliciano keeps missing time, you're always looking for someone who's not 32 to start at center for you, and that's Bartch. Keep your eye on Benjamin. That's what I call him, because I know him like that. Would you ever Kate Rooney on us and move to another market? Shout out to Kate Rooney. I love Kate Rooney. I worked with her hella much. Congratulations to Kate. I don't think so. I feel like I'm a Niner guy, and moving to another market wouldn't really help me cover the Niners. Although, if some national place wanted to make me a superstar, we could talk. But I feel like cable television is kind of dying. Like, what's the next step after YouTube now? ESPN? Is that really it? It seems like, how's that working for Pat McAfee? I don't really watch him. But it seems like this is where people are going, not the other direction. So I don't know where my future, I don't know what is in store for me. BA isn't a product of the system. He makes the system better. He does make the system better. But is he irreplaceable? Right? No. He does make the system better. But would the system break if they didn't have Brandon Aiyuk? I don't think so. I don't. BA is not the Super Bowl problem Kyle Levy is. It's true. It certainly is true. But paying $30 million to a wide receiver just doesn't help. Any wide receiver. Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. Like, when the Cowboys pay CeeDee Lamb eventually $31, $32 million a year, you know what, Niner fans? You know what you're going to do, Niner fans? Laugh. And I will too. Because that will really cement the fact that team's going nowhere. Like, you guys couldn't win with CeeDee Lamb on a rookie deal. Now you're going to pay him $32 million a year. You're paying Dak $40 million a year. No one's scared of you. You're going to laugh. And he's better than Brandon. Dustin the Gale, good question. All day, every day, Kim, brother Bob, the Niners ain't going to win a Super Bowl, period. Not with this staff and quarterback combo. All day, every day. Kim. Daniel Sotelo. Can we stop calling $30 million quarterback money? 30 million is Daniel Jones quarterback money. Yeah, but I just feel like okay, that's a good point. Maybe I'm kind of stuck in the past. How many players who aren't quarterbacks make more than $30 million a year? Handful? That's why I would say it's quarterback money. But yeah, I guess I got to update my verbiage. All day, every day, Kim says Kyle doomed his Niners career when he didn't take a top-notch quarterback within his first 2 seasons. I think it's interesting that his underlings or his what do you call D'Amico and Robert Saleh, they left. They didn't do what Kyle did. They drafted a quarterback year one. Didn't work for Robert, worked for D'Amico. But I think they both were like, hey, that's the one thing about Kyle I'm not going to copy when I get my opportunity. Paying $34 million a year for a non-performing D end equals no Super Bowl help. Agree. 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 That contract, people don't want to talk about Bosa's contract, but it's really looking awful right now. Because for him to live up to it, he even if he has 16 sacks in a season, 17 sacks, like you're paying $2 million a game for a sack. If the sack comes in the first quarter, it may not even impact the outcome. I don't know. I think the Niners, Bosa's deal is interesting because it feels like it came right at the end of a big shift in the NFL. What was the trend this year in the draft? Offense over defense, right? The first 14 picks were quarterbacks, wide receivers, offensive tackles, all of them. So I think the trend in the NFL now is if you're making large investments, top 15 picks, $100 million deals, it's for offensive players. It's for offensive players because that one defensive end isn't going to win the Super Bowl for you. You can manufacture pressure, you can simulate pressure. Also, with one defensive end, you can chip them, you can double them, you can slide to his side. I mean, there's so many things you can do. You can run the ball. So I wonder if the Niners end up regretting that deal just because it's on a it's for a defensive player. That's not where the league is going. It's all about simulated pressure now, not just paying one guy and saying be the pass rush. BA helps Super Bowl runs more than Bosa. Facts and Kim agreed. Hmm. See, that's the thing with BA though. It's like he could, he could, he has the skill set to do that if they would feature him, but 4.7 catches per game is not the impact. It's the same issue. 4.7 catches per game for $30 million a year. Like, no, it's the same issue.